Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about a topic that is very much relatable to pretty much everybody with IIH. So I want to talk about IIH and our monthly cycle. So before we get too far into the video, time for the intro.
Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Stewart. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. The long form of this name is called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Some of you may also know this condition by its older names, either pseudotumor cerebri or benign intracranial hypertension. So if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with this condition, or what those of us living with this condition would like you to know, then I strongly encourage you to watch on. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon.
A disclaimer on this one. This one's going to be a girl talk. If you don't like this kind of topic, I suggest you click out now. When it comes to monthly cycles and monthly periods, this is a interesting topic with IIH. So the biggest reason why this is so interesting is because who often is dealing with IIH. So most commonly is women of childbearing years who are overweight. That's who typically fits the definition of who has idiopathic intracranial hypertension. And I honestly think there's something going on in this case for people with IIH. Because of this, almost all of us are going through a period of some kind every single month. I want to explain kind of what happens with IIH around the time of month. And honestly, I think it involves an increase of symptoms. This is purely my experience, so please take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if everyone else experiences issues around that time of month. I have asked my doctors about my symptoms, and they always tell me that it's migraines. Honestly, if I'm being honest about this, my IIH is the worst in the 3 to 4 days before my period than it is when I'm actually physically bleeding. So once my period is actually started, I generally start to feel a little bit of relief, and that relief gets better and better as my cycle rolls out. There seems to be a cycle to my symptoms, and it definitely seems to get worse around the time that my period's about to start. That's what I've noticed. And especially lately, when my symptoms have been well under control every other time of the month except for that. So I don't know if it has to do with hormones. So as if, dealing with what you can deal with already with menstrual cycles. So you've got period cramps and back pain and all of that that happens generally in the few days before your period starts. Now I've got this on top of it. So it really, really makes those few days before my period really, really rough and really painful because it can be a whole body thing sometimes. I'm not saying that I never get symptoms outside of that particular window, but I noticed that almost every single month that around that period of time that I notice an increase in symptoms. It's definitely a thing that I notice. I want more research done in this area because I think that there could be a hormonal component to the condition, especially when you've got such a high percentage of women affected by the condition. And it's not that men aren't affected, it's just even more rare that they are. Before I was diagnosed with IIH, I never got headaches. I never got migraines. Basically, what would happen is I would get extremely sore hips and all of that and period cramps in the couple of days before my period. That's pretty much what I had to deal with. And tenderness and all of that, generally quite common. And since I've been diagnosed with IIH, I've had to deal with a lot more symptoms now. So I do get headaches. I get exhausted really, really fast. I definitely slowed down when I had the few days before my period and also when my period started. Generally start feeling better by the third day. By the end of the second day generally is when I start to notice really no problems after that. The first and second day are always quite rough. I think it's important to share this because it's a very real fact of living with IIH that at least I go through. So I guess I'm just curious to know if others go through it too. If you guys have any questions or comments that you'd like to add to this video, please leave a comment down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye everyone.